Hi, Joanna. How you doing?
Hi, very good, very good.
How's everything going? Preparation? How are you feeling?
The hard work is done, so I'm very happy, very excited to meet you guys today because I was pretty free with all the media during the camp, the preparations. I had my last hard sparring session on Tuesday. Everything went smooth and well, and I'm ready to go. I cannot wait for fight week because even today I'm getting more and more excited with every day.
You've had several title defences now.
Yeah.
Does it feel different now? There's been a few of them compared to the first time you fought for a title and defended it.
Oh, it's the same. It's just more difficult, you know. All eyes are on me. They have more time to study my style, my fighting style. The coaches, the camps, they have more time to check my weaknesses and work on that. But I'm moving forward. I challenge myself every day. I learn new stuff with my new coaches. It's been an amazing time in Florida. I'm very excited to work with Mikey Brown, with Kami Barzini, Cattell and other coaches. Everyone is very helpful at ATT, the male and the female fighters, so we are a pretty good team, and this card is stock with ATT fighters, 8 or 9 of us, so I'm very happy for myself and for other teammates from American Top Team.
As you've had more success in the UFC and become a bigger star in this sport, how has that affected your time? Have you had less time? Are there more demands on you to...
Actually, I deal pretty good with this. You know, I like to do media. I like the interaction with my fans. But I am a hard worker, and you know that, and everyone knows that. There is a time for media, for sponsorship obligations and other stuff. But when I have a fight date booked, there's all just about the fight. So there's no money which gonna pull me away from the preparations, from the camp. So I'm trying to be focused on that because at the end people want to see me in good shape in the day of the fight. So I'm not gonna be in shape doing the media or photo shoots or videos. So my partners, my sponsors, they all know that it's all about being the best athlete and then about being a kind of celebrity, you know. But I don't feel like I'm a celebrity. I feel like I still can prove a lot in this sport, and I want to do this.
Joanna, you talked about some of the difficulties and your opponents knowing you a little bit more and some of those other obligations, but you also seem very relaxed and calm. I mean, anybody who follows you on Instagram or social media would know.
Because I'm enjoying single day of my life as a human being and as an athlete. It's not easy, you know. I moved to Florida, my fiance, my friends and my family, they are back home, so it's kind of hard, but it makes me stronger as well. But this is what I was looking for. I was looking for good people around me, you know. Like when you're getting better and better, when you are becoming more popular, like there is so many people who wants to cheat on you and like who wants to just get, you know. But definitely I have good people around me, and I can be calm, you know, because I'm 100% every day, but I trust my doctor, my nutritionist, my coaches, and I know that they want good for me, so I can be calm and relaxed and just be focused on training, good sleep, good rest, and good food, for example. So it's good, but like in every camp there are good and bad moments, so definitely the bad moments are behind me, and I feel great. I feel 100% ready, physically, mentally, and as you know, guys, I will even getting better and better with every day, you know, with my mental game.
Are you the type that has a great camp and then sometimes have been disappointed in your performance in a fight, or do you have sometimes camps that aren't so great, but you show up on fight night?
It's a good question. I like the other way around. I like to challenge myself every day. I'm not happy. I'm not the happiest person after every practice, you know, because in my mind I know that I can do better, and it's all about me. I know that coaches can say you must do this and that better, but it's all up to me how I gonna take this lesson. So after the sparring sessions are always the most hard sessions to me, but last sparring sessions were pretty good, and we're happy we got to this point where we wanted to be. And the thing is, I think I like when people put me down, and I like to shine during the fight than during the camp, you know. I prefer to be UFC strawweight champion of the world than the master or the champion of the kickback, sparring or training session, you know. So, yeah.
So is there something different you say to yourself on fight night? You know, as you're walking, does something different click in your head on that night?
I think there is, because I'm the real fighter, you know. During the camp we must deal with good and bad days, like I said, with so many people, so many different training sessions, but I'm a real fighter. In the day of the fight, there is all about the fight. When I step to the octagon, I feel like home. So definitely, it's a good day for me. You know?
When we talked the other day, we talked about your move to American Top Team and how sometimes when you're at a new camp, it takes a little time to get the rhythm with the new coaches.
Yes,
so
that's true.
So what was it in your last fight that maybe wasn't going well for you that you feel like you corrected for this one?
I think that the fight went pretty well with Carolina, but I had just 7 weeks with my new coaches, so definitely this time I spent like 3.5 months in Florida, so we had enough time to learn more about ourselves, and we could learn each other, read each other. Now we know how to act, how to react, and definitely we're getting better with every training, and I love the people who I train with, and I'm looking forward, because after the fight I will spend some I will have some short holiday in Miami 5 days, then I fly to Vegas for UFC Summit, and then I fly home for 4 weeks, and I want to be back to Florida and just work, train, and enjoy this, you know, and wait for the for my next camp. So yeah, I love this place. It's amazing. It's a good place for the beginner and for professional fighter as well.
So Amanda had talked about trying to be a 2-division champion at 145 and 135. Now we think there's going to be a 25 division. Is that something that we could see you do, trying to fight at 125?
Of course, I said that long time ago that I would like to become a champion in 2 different weight classes, and it might happen next year, because UFC just announced that there's going to be the Ultimate Fighter with 125 division, female 125 division. I'm very excited about that, because I used to compete in 125 division before I became an MMA fighter. It was in Muay Thai boxing and MMA as well. So I'm happy for all of the female fighters. I think there is so many fighters from 135 who are gonna drop to 125, and the other way around, from 150 they will go up. Like Valérie Letourneur, she left the UFC because of that. She couldn't make this, you know. I remember her weight cut before our fight in Melbourne. It was just too much, and it's just being an athlete, being a champion, is just part of our lives, you know. It's just part of the story. But after a few years, we still gonna raise the kids, be a mother's wives, or we're gonna do some other stuff. So we must make sure that we're gonna be happy and able to do normal things in our lives. So yeah.
Demetrius Johnson just tied Anderson Silva's record for most title defenses. The second longest person as champion right now is you. You know, even though strawweight is kind of the new division, you're actually number 2. Do Do you feel like you've been a dominant champion, and do you kind of want to chase those kind of records, like 10 in a row, that kind of?
No, like Ronda Rousey, she had 6 title defenses, so I want to get to this spot as well. So 2 more fights. Next one is next week in Dallas, and for sure I will have 1 more fight this year, maybe 2. We will see how I gonna feel after this fight, but. Yeah, I like to break the records. With every fight I break some small records with the punches or kicks or with other things. So yeah, I like to challenge myself. I like to do some new stuff in my life, explore new things. The thing is, I want to be undefeated champion, and I hope that I will stay humble and I will work hard enough to be undefeated champion and retire as an undefeated champion. I don't know when it's going to happen. Maybe soon, maybe next year, maybe in 2 years. I don't know. I feel great. I'm enjoying my life, and I want to keep on doing what I'm doing. Keep on winning and defending this belt.
So you just used to have the same manager?
Like what?
You and Jessica used to have the same manager?
We used to have the
Right.
same manager, Thiago Kamura from Sucker Punch. I left Sucker Punch August last year before my fight, before I moved to American Top Team, before the fight at UFC 205. So I signed with a new management. I don't want to talk about right now, but it's a good, probably one of the best management companies in the business. I will be happy to announce that very soon. We work on few other things. We just want to make it clear. But I'm very happy, very excited to put on such a great work with a good team, with professional people and amazing people who've been in this business for a long time. And I can tell you honestly, in this house there are the best athletes in this business. So I'm very happy to work with them.
Did you and Jessica have a relationship? Were you guys friends when you had the same manager? Did you know her?
I know Jessica for a while. We've been kind of friends. Like friend is made too much. We were colleagues. Is it good word? So we used to train together sometimes. We used to do some crazy things when I was at the fights, when she fought or when I fought. So we used to have a good time, spend a good time. But the thing is, like, I know that people are getting a little bit too crazy when they have a chance to deal with the big media or big events. And I heard few things from Jessica. I know that she's different person, so I'm calm, and I hope we're gonna have a good relation before the fight, after the fight, that she's not gonna get crazy before this fight, you know, because becoming a challenger, it's a pretty big deal for everyone, but it's not easy to become a champion and deal with it, you know. It's even more difficult than just be a fighter or a challenger.
Are there hard feelings between you and her, and between you and the management company now?
They're not bad. No, everything is good. Jessica says few things, but I know she cannot speak English very well, so probably it was Thiago, who used to be my manager and friend. But the thing is, I don't mind. It's all about the fight. Like I said, we used to train together, spar together a little bit, but it's all about this fight, you know.
Did you learn anything in sparring with her that you could possibly use?
Sure, that I can submit her and I can knock her out, but the fight is different. Like I said, it was in the past. Jessica is very dangerous opponent. She drops from 135. She's very strong in the strawweight division. She won 3 fights straight, so definitely she's the right person to be a challenger. And I'm focused. I'm humble. I work really hard. And it's going to be an interesting fight because she's very explosive. She's a hard punishment. Yeah, she hits very hard. She goes for the crotch for good takedowns. She has a very good guillotine. She's a very dangerous opponent. So I must be focused and I must keep my eyes open from the first seconds of the fight.
Joanna, I was reading that you take the face-offs, you know, when you're the person does it very serious. I mean, why is that? And can you talk to us about what goes through your head?
Yes, I do take it serious. Like I'm very serious person. You can see that I'm a kind of funny person, and I like to be happy. I like to smile. But during the preparations, during the fight week, face-offs, weigh-ins, and the fight. There is not a time to be serious, to be funny, you know. It's time to be serious, and I like to show the limits to people, you know. So I like to look into the eyes of my opponents and read them. I like to find out if they are scared, if they are ready, but I don't believe they are. So that's the thing. I like this, you know. I like this.
Do you feel it's giving you an edge?
Yeah, it's giving me extra energy. I feel like I keep control on the last hours before the fight and on the fight. You know, if you let them get into your head, then you're losing. You know.
Have you seen opponents that have been scared when you look at you?
Yes, I saw it so many times. I could see that my opponents were scared, but man, when you're becoming a challenger, you can change your life. You know, you can become a UFC champion. You can change your life. You can make more money. You can get more exposure. So I believe every challenger get like extra 100% to power strength, extra 100% of power strength and mental power as well. So it's a big deal for everyone, but for me the biggest deal is to keep on defending this belt.
Do you think Jessica will be scared when you stare down?
I know Jessica is kind of tough, you know. I love Brazilian people. I work with Brazilian coaches. Catel Kubis, he's my striking coach. He's amazing person. His wife, Cesare Matuda, she's like one of the best jiu-jitsu female fighters in the world. And I've got so many phone calls, emails and messages from the Brazilian fans, and I wish one day I will go to Brazil and see all of them and say thank you. So obrigada guys. But the thing is the Brazilian people are very, very tough physically and mentally, so I'm happy to face Jessica Aguilar next week in Dallas at the UFC 11.
In November, you had the closest scare of your career. Carolina hit you in the 4th round, pretty good. I'm curious, what did you learn after taking that punch about overcoming adversity and fighting all the way through?
Oh, what you can learn from taking a punch? Like, it's a fight, anything can happen. Like, I won that fight. There is no question about, you know, every round. Very good, very dominant. It was just one punch. This is what I always say. I visualize my victory before every fight, but it's a sport. Anything can happen. One punch or submission can finish the fight. But when I step to the octagon, I want to put on show and I want to give as much. And I make sure during the fight, the preparations, the camp, that I will be ready for anything, you know. So I work a little bit on my distance. I'm more explosive, more powerful. I feel like my punches are more strong and are more dynamic. And my footwork was good, but now it's even better. So we work on that skills with my coach Catel and with other coaches. So I want to shine next week in Dallas, and I will do that.
So the story is that she actually was offered a title fight before, but she said she wanted one more fight and took the fight with Angela Hill before fighting you. What do you think of that? Do you think that was smart of her to
yeah, like people sometimes are afraid and they think if they're gonna run away a little bit, they're gonna take some time off, they will become better. But it's not. If you don't wanna smoke anymore, if you don't wanna drink alcohol anymore, you must do this here and now. I'm stop smoking, I'm stop drinking, I wanna be better person, I wanna be better athlete. Start it here, today and now. So this is who I am. If you tell me that I must fight in 2 weeks after this fight, I will go to the gym right after the fight and work my ass hard to defend my title one more time. So that's the thing. Maybe she needed that, I don't know, we will see next week in Dallas.
What did you think of her fight with Angela?
I didn't watch, actually I watched that fight because I don't usually quality watch fights of my opponents. I let my coaches do that. Sometimes we sit and watch. I watch it for one time. We want to discuss the skills, the weaknesses, the good sides or bad sides. But the thing is, it was a good fight. I think that Angela Hill made a good comeback to the UFC, but it was not enough. She did well, but not good enough to beat Jessica Andrade. Like I said, she's very strong and difficult opponent.
Jessica said that recently that you don't put enough power, you don't put any power behind your punches. What's your response to that? Do you think she actually
Man, like
believes
all
that?
of them, they're like, I hear this all the time. Like before my fight with Carla Esparza, they were like, no, she's the best wrestler in this division. She will take you down and submit you. Okay. Then was Jessica Pennell. Her judo is amazing. She will take you down. Bang. Then Claudia Gadea. Then Valerie Letourneau. She can hit and kick really hard, you know. Then was Gadea and